Oh, fuck. I hate being weird on fucking camera. What's up, YouTubers? Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm going to try and make this quick and concise. I probably should have written down some notes because this is my first video. But your first everything always sucks, so I'm not overly concerned about it. Like I said, my name's Jordan. Did I say that already? If I didn't, whatever. I'm Jordan. I'm 41 years old. And I am here in Atlanta in a hotel room right now near ATL Airport, getting ready to drive all the way to Tennessee to go visit my stepmom and help transition her into a memory care facility. She has pretty fucking bad Alzheimer's. I'm going to be meeting up with her family to do the transition, get her some furniture, get her all set up, and basically help her furnish out her forever home. My dad should be there, as he's been caring for her for the past 4 years or so. But he's not, and he's nowhere to be found because my dad is a world-class piece of shit who embezzled all of her money, her pension, her Social Security, stole her fucking inheritance, forged the documents, made a fake will on her behalf, stole her identity, embezzled basically everything she's ever owned and worked for, and then pissed it all away on any number of things, but we'll just call it drugs, alcohol, whores, and trying to start a cult. So now that that's out of the way, I'm here to help facilitate get her into this new memory care home because I'm the only family member that has the freedom of a schedule and time and no ties to be able to do that. So I'm happy to do it. Acts of service is kind of my thing. So I do love her, and I came up here at the drop of a hat, and now I'm here. So this is my first video. I don't know how many I'm going to make. I'm going to try and make as many as I can. I don't know how consistent I'm going to be, but I am going to shoot for once a week. I don't think you need many more updates than that. I don't know what the purpose of this channel is just yet. I do know that where I'm at and where I want to be are two completely different things, and they are very far away from each other. So hopefully by documenting my progress and my time and the things that I'm doing, I can maybe shed some light and give you guys some insight and maybe some hope and direction along the way, assuming that I accomplish the goals that I'm setting out to accomplish. So I live in California with my ex. We're still doing pretty good. We're good friends. We're just going different directions, but we're staying together in the same place because rent is cheap. But this year I lost half my income. I work freelance in the TV industry, and one of my contracts ended, and basically half my yearly income got wiped off the map. And I was pretty reliant on that income like an idiot, thinking that it was just going to be there every day. I've been working in the TV industry for about 19 years. Doing generalized TV work for the first half, and then the second half was all video shading, which is ironic because this video looks like shit, but I'm shooting this on my phone and there's really terrible lighting here in the hotel room and I can't focus anything on myself. Again, this video is going to suck. Other ones will be better. Don't worry about it. So where I'm at is 41 years old. I'm feeling pretty lost. I do have a side hobby / hustle, passion, which is my drum and bass clothing line, which I still plan to never quit. But I don't plan on that ever being the one source of income that's going to carry me all throughout life. Just because it's so niche, and I just don't see it happening anytime soon. And not only that, it takes an exorbitant amount of money and time and effort in order to get clothing lines off the ground, especially respectable ones. I don't care how easy anybody tells you it is to start a clothing line. It's insanely easy to start a clothing line. It is not easy to run a successful one. Anybody tells you otherwise can get fucked. So I am losing half my income in TV. It's a clear sign that I am not in control of my income. I am not in control of my work. Truly and honestly, I don't even care about the TV industry. I never have. It was just something that I fell into, and I ended up doing a really good job at the jobs that were given to me, and I care enough about the job to continue to do well while I'm there. And I get along with everybody, and I make friends with everybody I meet, and so it's just one of those things where, all right, gonna continue this video. It got cut off just now because it said that my iPhone storage was full, which is horse shit. I've got about 30 fucking gigs. But anyways, I'll probably get a dedicated camera at some point for this whole thing. So, like I was saying, I do a good enough job at TV in order to basically keep my job and keep getting more work and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I work in TV. I'm losing my job. I've got a clothing line that I want to run, and I'm going to continue to try and do that and be the best I can in that industry. I live in California with my chick, ex-chick, but still really good friends. But feeling kind of lost, don't have a whole lot of direction. I don't really know what I'm going to do in life. I'm in quite a bit of debt right now, in personal loans. Nothing I can't handle. My credit score's through the roof. It's great, but I took out a personal loan, actually 2 personal loans, just to get through the beginning of the year, because every beginning of the year, my industry basically goes dark, and meaning that I don't really get any work. And so I'm kind of living off my savings from the previous year for about the first 2 to 3 months of the next year, which is fucking trash. I don't really have any skills outside of what I do. I can do things, I don't have a problem going and getting work, but it's usually weird odd jobs that don't require a whole lot of thinking. They kind of require a bit of labor. And being 41, not in the best shape, I tend to injure myself a lot on the job, and I'm kind of over that shit. I don't want to do that anymore. I do want to be fit and healthy and strong, but I don't want to be beat up from just laborious, stupid fucking work that doesn't really make a difference. And the whole point of these videos, I guess, if I were to say, what is the end goal here? Well, I want to move out from California on my own and eventually live in some sort of a commercial property, like a warehouse or a church or something weird, something that's not like a standard home, but something that maybe is zoned for living. And there are plenty of those all over America. I don't know if you guys ever remember Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory. If you don't, for those of you who don't, it was a show on MTV. Rob Dyrdek is a famous pro skater, and he basically got tossed a shit ton of MTV money to build out a warehouse that contained all of the fun, nonsense, bullshit fantasies that he wanted to live out. He had a skate park and a zip line, and he had a fat, huge office, and he threw concerts there, and just this massive creative space for him to do whatever the fuck he wanted in. The only difference is that he didn't live there, and I want to live in mine. And so it just makes sense for me when I look online and I see these massive properties that are zoned for living. And when I say zoned for living, it means that it's a commercial property that was either a church or, again, a warehouse or maybe even a pizza factory, but is now zoned where you can just move in and you could fucking live there. And being in California, my parents sold their house for $800,000, and a company came in and picked it up and flipped it within 30 days and sold it for $1.2 million. This is a fucking 1,400 square foot house. That is nothing. It's garbage. California's garbage in general, especially when it comes to real estate. But you look at those numbers, and then I look at something else where I can get 15,000 square feet for maybe $200,000. And I can turn this thing into 10 houses and do all kinds of stuff with it. Creative space, workshop, you name it. It doesn't matter. That's, I don't need to go into the list of things because it's just going to make this video even longer. I will talk about that more as videos go on. I just want to give you an initial introduction to these videos and who I am and what I'm trying to accomplish. So I want to move out from California and eventually move to Colorado. High mountain too, not Denver. Denver is just fucking LA with nicer trees. High mountain Colorado. So all the rocks, all the water, all the snow, all the trees, all of that nice shit. I love Colorado. To me, it's the gold standard. I don't know how I'm going to make that jump. And I didn't know how I was going to make that jump. I have an opportunity right now that's being presented to me by a family member of mine who has just been insanely generous to me over my entire life. But essentially, she is willing to barter with me and allow me to move out of my situation and into her basement, which is technically a guest suite. It's got its own bathroom, it's got its own entrance, it's like a 16 foot by 32 foot space. And it's downstairs in her 2-story house, whatever. And she's like, you can come live with me as long as you want, rent free. I'll take care of your gas and your utilities. And I'm like, okay, shit. As if I didn't have enough to think about. And on one hand, I see loser, burnout, living in your aunt's basement, becoming a fat Twitch streamer, fucking behavior, right? Whereas if I didn't have enough unaccountability as it was in my place, living with cheap rent. But then on the other hand, I'm like, okay, well, you're 41. You don't really have a whole lot of career choices right now. You don't know what you're going to do. And you don't really know where you're going. And you know where you want to go, but you just don't have a fucking plan. So my plan now, I guess, is it's July. It's the middle of July right now. I'm going to be planning on moving about February 1st of 2025. It's now 2024. To sum it up, I'm going to shoot for my New York real estate license just to try it out. I don't even want to think about real estate. I don't want to think about all the informed optimism and then find out how bad it sucks and then get all the informed pessimism and then quit, or just not even take the jump before then. And do all this research and then psych myself out from getting the licensing. So I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to fucking get licensed. And by the time I move to New York, which is in February, I will have gotten my real estate license and I will go and attempt to work for a broker or many brokers, depending on how many fire me, because my skill set outside of getting licensed just sucks. I type like negative 35 words a minute. I don't know a fucking thing about real estate, but I am pretty good at sales, at least over the phone. And I'm very good at building relationships. And I do like people for the most part, but I do want to help people. So I'm going to spend 1 year in New York, hopefully getting better at real estate. And while I don't have to pay rent and I don't have a whole lot of overhead, if any, that will allow me to immerse myself more in the real estate industry without having to worry about a second income and distract me from the tasks at hand that I think a lot of people get distracted by and they fail because they're trying to go into another freelance position, which is technically real estate. I mean, it's usually commission only. But they're worried about where their next paycheck's coming from. They're worried about where their next meal's going to come from, especially in the beginning. And I don't have to do that. So this is kind of a lottery ticket of life. So take that with a grain of salt, this whole thing that I'm doing, okay? Because I can almost guarantee you everybody watching this and anybody who's going to continue to watch videos over time are going to fucking just castrate me for moving into my aunt's house and living rent free. Like, that's always going to be on the forefront of everybody's mind. Like, I can't live rent free. I can't do that. It's like, you're right. You fucking can't. Sorry. But that's what I'm doing. And at the very least, if you can't do what I'm about to do, fucking find a way to live beneath your means. Go find a cheaper place to live in. Make sure it's not a crack den or some shitty drug house or just a total janky pad. But like, if you have the option, okay, only if you do. Like, you know, no kids, no wife, you don't have other people relying on you. Like, you're free to kind of roam about the country. Fucking step down in life. Stop spending money on the stupid fucking shit that you know you shouldn't be spending money on. You don't need that $2,500 condo. And do you really need to live in the same state that you're living in order to get by? Like, can you find another job somewhere else? Can you step down and live in a much cheaper place, even though that might mean living in a much different part of town, even like an hour away, and getting a new job? I don't know. Figure it out. The whole point is step the fuck down, lower your income, and raise the stakes of the type of employment that you get. A lot easier said than done. I haven't even done that yet, so I'm talking literally out of my ass. Okay, so just chill out for a minute. Sorry, I'm probably making a lot of noise on this table. But I'm going to sum it up, and I'm going to talk about this more in other videos as they go on. But living in California until February, I'm going to move to New York for about a year. That's about as much time as I'm giving myself. I was given more if I want. We'll see. But I'm trying to give myself no more than 1 year, because I feel like if I can't make things happen in 1 year, then I probably can't make things happen anywhere at all for any reason. And I can get fucked. So 1 year, and then from that 1 year mark, I want to make the jump from New York to Colorado. Hopefully by then I will have made the jump to a commercial property, or at the very least made the jump from New York to Colorado into a place of my own with another real estate license, hopefully practicing real estate. If not, then maybe doing these YouTube videos if I can monetize them. I don't know. And then basically going to document my journey from today, starting today here in Atlanta, to going back to California, to going through all the struggles, and then talking about my therapy and my mindfulness training and, you know, some of the life coaching that I'm trying to get along with, and then the job transition, and then the move, like fucking everything, every little thing. A buddy of mine sent me a quote, and it said something to the effect of, one day you will tell your story about how you overcame things, and somebody will find that and use that as their survival guide. So hopefully maybe that's what this is. But I basically want to live the life that I want to live, and I want to actually fucking accomplish it. And by the way, and I have very bad short-term memory loss, so be patient with me in these videos. That's mainly due from years and years and years and years. Just, I'm 41, and I started when I was about 13. Just all those years of drug and alcohol abuse, period. Just heavy drug and alcohol abuse has just wrecked my shit. So it's very hard for me to concentrate. It's very hard for me to hold on to high concepts, and my short-term memory is, I make Dory look like a goddamn genius. So anyways, that's it for now. I'm gonna leave you guys with that today. I'm struggling, I'm lost, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, I'm fucking broke. But I am here helping somebody else who needs help, and I'm going to do the best I can to help myself and get myself in a much better position. And along the way, I'm gonna document as much as I can, starting once a week. And then I will answer any questions I can, and hopefully you guys can learn something from me. And if I can accomplish all the goals that I set out to accomplish, I can teach you to do the same. Okay? All right, that's it. Deuces.